What up, guys? Welcome back to mod creation with Melee. We're going to be continuing making this music mod that we did in the last part. And yeah, it was pretty successful in the end. A couple of things seemed like they weren't working, but they actually were, which was good. And yeah, we managed to actually get the music that we wanted to play in the game. So definitely a great start there. Now, carrying on from there, I'm just going to touch on some stuff from last part. So we had this thing with the database where it's basically only showing scripts and sounds that have been added as part of mods. It's not actually showing us the stuff that was already put in there as part of the base game. I don't know why this is, but if I was to guess, it seems to be because if we look at, for example, this is being added here, whereas the additions that we did were added to the game data database. So potentially there's like more than one database, and we're just only able to actually see the game data database in the cache that we were using to get it from here. So potentially there's another database that we can't see, but it doesn't seem to really matter because it worked with these. And I also went back and I checked that I changed this so that it would only change Assyria, and then I tested another Civ, and that Civ was still using the default music. So we haven't gotten rid of the old music or anything, we've just added stuff. So it's not going to break stuff, is kind of what I was making sure there. So yeah, we're in a good spot to continue. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this file because we were going to use, so that's this one, we were going to use this to update the database using SQL, but we didn't need to in the end. And I feel like one thing I've learned recently is don't just leave crap lying around when you're coding stuff. Like if you think, oh, maybe I'll need this in future, but I don't need it now, but like 9 times out of 10 you won't need it, and in that 1 out of 10 times you can just redo it. Like if you've done it once before, you can do it again, right? Unless it's some crazy thing that you can never somehow not replicate, which I doubt. So yeah, we just get rid of that. And we continue on. I'm going to do things in a bit of a different order. I'm going to start off with this add reference to VP in the mod file. This is to make sure that our mod gets loaded after VP, if voice populi mods, if they're in there. Then I'm going to move on to adding new songs in to try and test this out before we then go back and add in all the rest of the scripts as songs. Yeah, and then we can do this of splitting them so that different civs have different background music, and I guess we'll do these kind of together, I suppose. Cool. So adding VP as a reference, I did touch on this in the last part. We're going to do that here. And firstly we want to find the mod. I suppose we probably want to reference, I mean we could reference both. Thinking it's more likely that changes would be made there. Yeah, I don't think they would update the civ table here because it's not meant to be balance changes. So I think if anybody was to update the civilizations table here, which is the one that we need to update after to add in the soundtrack tag thing to the civilizations, then yeah, that's the one that we need to be after. So let's go back, we go to this, we get a mod ID from within this file. We're going to add it as a reference. It's not a dependency because we don't need Vox Populi to be there. It's not a blocker. Mod title, I guess. Is there a title? We'll take that. mod ID. That'll be this. From version, yeah, just any version. Alright. That was pretty simple, but yeah, we do need to do it. As I mentioned last time, if we didn't do that, then it's possible that depending on which one has a later date modified, that will be the one that gets sort of implemented last when it loads the mods, if you load them together. So if they had overwritten the civilizations table, which I don't actually think they have, but then it's possible that we would lose our changes that we made, which we need. So yeah, good trick if you ever have mods that need to be a certain way around is you can go into your mod file, just like add a line, save it. Now it's going to have the latest date modified and it's going to get applied after. Pineapple Dan taught me that on a stream a while ago. So cheers to him for that. Okay, next thing we want to be doing is we're going to be adding in new songs. I'm going to start off by adding in songs from Civ 3. There are some nice ones in there, and I know damn well they're not copyrighted, so that is good. Okay, we're going to refer back to this guide now. So this is the start of the guide that we kind of ignored last time because we were using sound files that were already in there. This time we need to add in the sound files. Okay, open mod buddy and add our music files and folders. Okay. Set the music files VFS equals true. Unfortunately, we don't have the image there. I looked this up on the Civ modding wiki, and I couldn't find an image either, but I did find it in ModBuddy, so we can do that. I'm not gonna use folders yet, because I don't know how exactly I'm going to be organizing stuff. New item. Add existing item. Okay, let's do it like this. Gonna do this one. This is a nice song. And where we need to change it to true is here. And what I guess this means is that it's actually going to look, it's actually going to treat this file as a file that could have music or some sort of other asset in it. You have to do this for LUA files, which are like some other files you can use for modding. And yeah, I guess like icons, music, all this stuff. So that it will know to actually check here as a file that could be used for something else. Now we need to add a sound ID for our music, so we do that like this. XML file from audio sound updates. Beautiful. Okay. Bunch of crap in here we don't need. Wait a minute, this is not what I want. I want this. They've done adding the sound and a script in one file. We're going to do it differently. Okay, we'll just do one row for now and then we can copy them. So this is our Sound ID. Okay. This does come down to how we want to do it. I suppose this name is honestly fine. We'll change it later. Mid-mare full. We don't need the file name extension. This we need. Okay. Now we need to add this sound in as a script in here. So I'm going to make another row. I definitely need to think about how to organize this. So we've got another row, 3, reference the sound ID that we just made. I'm going to put this on 50 because I know it's quiet. Well, I'll do 45. I don't know, is this decibels or is this percentage or what? Probably percentage. Oh well. That's fine. That'll do for now. Now I need to add in an action too because we need to update the database with this new file. Very easy to forget to do. Cool. Build that. Let's test it out. Okay, remember to activate it.
The people bow to your
Sure.
state.
Very proud of myself there. Okay, this is Indian music. My volume is not super loud. Okay, this is ASCII music. Nice, and that's the song we just added. Easy. Definitely is a bit quiet, isn't it? Okay, it was definitely quiet. I'm gonna, because I know roughly how much. Wow. That's what music looks like, guys. I know roughly how loud it actually is, like in comparison. At least in terms of like decibels. I'm gonna try like 70 because it was really quite a lot quieter. We'll get, hopefully that will give us a good reference as well, like if it is louder. And then I'll know for a lot of the new songs, like where they are in relation to the normal music and roughly where we need to put the volume. Okay, this is definitely a lot better. It's still probably a bit quiet. I mean, maybe India one is quite loud. So is ASCII one. Yeah, I suppose I'll probably put it up to like 80. That seems like it would be about right. Okay, so that is kind of the music sorted, and we can obviously edit stuff later and add the rest of them in. I'm going to put this as green. The quality was decent, so I'm happy with that. Now we basically just need to like do the rest and then decide if we're gonna split up the songs or not. Alright. I think I found something here. So in the civilizations table, there is a column called art style type. and it kind of splits them up into the general. So there's Asian, European, Greco-Roman, Middle East, Polynesia actually have their own, then South America. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into European and Greco-Roman, and then everyone else will be in a different one. So that way we'll have roughly 20 civs in each category. So that'll be 20 songs for each, since they all have their own songs, and then we can add in some more as well. It should be like 25, maybe 30 per category, so that should work. Now, first thing to do is to update our soundtrack tag update thing. So instead of just doing Assyria, we can instead change. Well, firstly, we should just set them all. I think will be the easiest way. And then we can update it again and just set certain ones. So let's do custom Euro, just in case. Because I know there's Europe is already in there. So this is gonna, all of them are gonna get updated to custom, and then just the ones which have art style type, art style European, or art style Greco-Roman. I believe we can do this using an in. Okay, I don't know what that was all about, but it seems fine. Art style European. Art style. I believe that should work. Art style Greco underscore Roman and art style European. This has to be an exact match. Okay, let's make sure that works. We can just check it in the database. Have a look then. Custom Euro or custom. Perfect. Let's make sure that they all have it. Okay, I mean, pretty sure they all do. Nice. Okay, so we can start splitting our music up then. We'll have all of these, the Euro ones with that tag, and then all of the other ones with this tag. And one thing I'm going to do here is by tag. So another SQL thing means we order by this column. So now we're going to have all of these until we get to the point at which it becomes European ones. So I'm going to work my way through them, starting from the first ones. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the leader names, which is how the sounds are named that I need to be referencing. But I guess I'll figure it out. This will be just a good way, you know, for my mental sanity to make sure that I'm doing each one once and getting them all. Yeah, I think it's time for me to just add in the rest of the songs and start organising the project a bit as well. Don't think there's anything more to be done right now. So I shall do that. Okay, I think I have actually kind of done it. I don't know if this is the best organization, but I put all the new music into one folder and then it's just all added here. Then I have a folder for each of the sort of splits that we have. So currently we have custom Euro and custom other. A folder for the leader ones, and then a folder for any added songs. I think it is good to keep them in separate files just to keep it clear, like what is where, not mix up like peace and war in the same file, and not mix up the new songs with the leader songs. I feel like that is reasonable. Yes, and we updated this, so now we have custom other for everyone, and then it will turn the European and the Greco-Roman ones to custom Euro. Last thing I need to do is I need to update all of my actions. Basically, we just need to add an event for every single of those files that we now have. Okay, let's have this at the top, and this can go at the end. Nice, so we add the sounds. I don't think it matters the order, to be honest, because we're just updating the database anyway, but if it did matter, then it would surely need to be this way, where we have the sounds and then the scripts and then the soundtrack tag. Yeah, so that should be it. I did try and do the volume levels as well, but I cannot guarantee the success of that. Let's build it, let's try it out. Oh, it's a lot longer now. It's got to update the file system, I guess. All of these, well, it's just a bigger mod to build. And all of these have this import to VFS true that it told me to do. Yeah. It was a little painful, but it actually wasn't too bad adding all of these in. I don't know, I wasn't keeping track of how long it's taken me. Probably a good hour, maybe longer, to do all that. But, you know, it should be much quicker now if I want to add new ones, now that they're generally already in there. And I used my trusty Notepad++ to help out a bit, as well as the database. Alright, make sure we activate it. It's active now, so let me grab the frickin' database. Let's go back to screen 2. Let's grab the cache. We don't want the old one there. Okay. Firstly, let's check. Okay, we've got the custom Euro and custom other. Perfect. Audio sounds. Seems good to me. Audio 2D sounds. Seems like we have been successful in getting the stuff into the database. Will it work in the game? That's another thing. I guess one thing I never had to mention that might be useful if you're making your own mods is the logs. I think there's something called like Okay, I can't remember which one it is. But it might be this one, potentially. Basically, one of these will come up with error messages if your log doesn't load properly. Maybe it's database. Yeah, this is a good one to check. If any of our SQL or XML things had failed, I think it would come here and say, yeah, something like this. So one of the mods that was trying to add something in, it wasn't able to do it, and that's quite good for checking if you've just written something wrong, as opposed to, yeah, other issues that can happen, but it's good for like checking to make sure your code was correct when you tried to change the database. Okay, moment of truth. Should we do, let's do a Europe one. Not Greece, we learnt that.
The blessings of the gods be upon you, Caesar Augustus.
What song is this? Is this Carthage? England. Netherlands. See if we can get to one of the ones that we added. Portugal. This is getting a bit worrying now. Venice. America. France. Greece. Is this Germany? No, this is Germany, right? Maybe it was Sweden before. Spain again. Okay, maybe our custom songs haven't added properly. Does feel that way, doesn't it? Okay, I've tried a couple of things. So I have. So I've changed the stuff was all in the database. I realized I did have some of these audio sound names wrong. That shouldn't have meant that it didn't work though. So I don't think that was the problem because it was only half of them were wrong and half of them were right. I'm wondering if it's because I used this number. I used it as I started from 100 for the extra ones. So like the leader songs went up to 20, 25, and then I started from 101 because I thought, let me keep them separate so it doesn't matter. So they'll never overlap, the extra songs and the leader songs with the script ID. But I'm wondering if, well, potentially it's because it was over 100. I think that's plausible. But also it could just be that it has to be a continuous loop of numbers. So I also tried making it continuous. So the leader songs finished at 18, so it's going to continue from 19 on the European ones, and we'll check that out, see if it works. We can check both of them, see if they work. At least one of them should.
The gods be upon you, Caesar Augustus.
Okay. That has worked instantly. Nice. Okay. Let's go main menu and let's try it again with a non-European one. See if it was because it was over 100, or maybe it was because of the typos I had. Assyria, yep, you'll do.
The people bow to your esteemed will.
Brazil, Mayans. Babylon, right? Okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure that it does just have to be a continuous numbers then, because it was continuous on the European ones and that worked, and it was not continuous on the other ones and they didn't work. So I suppose that kind of does defeat the point of having these separate folders for leader. It would actually be better to have these all in one file, because that way it's clear like what's going on. You don't have to look between two files to figure out where one ends and where the other one starts. Could be confusing if anyone else tries to add or take away music. Some of it doesn't work. So I will rearrange this and check it one more time, and then I believe we're good to go. Okay, that is them done. Let's just make sure. Yep, we got leader songs and added songs. Perfect. Leader songs and added songs. Boom. Boom. Okay. That is a bit tidier in terms of files as well. We just need to make sure we've got the actions, and we don't because we've changed all of the paths. All right, back to how we should be here. That's what we like to see. All the database updates. Yep, 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 yep. Let's do this. finish this. Okay, checking then on Europe. Alright, we got one. Nice. One other thing we can do is check that the wall ones work as well. I don't see why they wouldn't, but...
Im Namen des großen deutschen Volkes.
Alright, it works. We can do this, and we can even check it with Vox Populi. It should work, but I guess it would be good to know if it doesn't. We'll check Europe this time, and we'll check it with Vox Populi on. Assuming that works, I think we're good to go. Maybe I should have another look at some of the volume levels, but I feel like I can just do that while I play. Like if a song comes on and it's particularly loud or quiet, then I can just update it. And actually that will be a slight improvement on the game generally, because some of the songs are quite different volume. Oh, awesome. It's working. Properly working. I'm super happy, guys. We got it done. So yeah, from now, main thing I would do is publish to Steam Workshop. Yeah, this one definitely belongs on the Steam Workshop, actually. Actually, I need to add a freaking README as well. That is like the last thing to do. Text file. You write a README, and then, you know, no one reads it, but explain like how to use it, how to make your own changes if you want, because that is kind of a big part of a reason for making a mod. Like everybody has their own ways that they want to use things, so I suppose if somebody else wants to come along and customize it, they can easily add their own music. Well, you would need to build the mod if you wanted to add more music. If you wanted to just customize how the music was played, you can do that by just editing files. But if you want to actually add new music in, I guess you would need to actually recreate the mod, because it needs to have this. Having said that though, there's usually a little trick where all that this mod buddy thing really does is, as far as I can tell, is it creates this file. So Okay. I was thinking if you added another file in manually, could you just add another line here? But then I don't know if you'd have to generate this hash or something, or how important this is. But I don't know where you'd get that from. But yeah, it basically like generates this file. I think that's pretty much all the mod builder actually does. These are the actions that it puts in. This is the importing to VFS stuff with the files and just sort of showing which files are actually relevant. Like you can't just randomly add a file in and not sort of declare it here. The reference that we added, so it's referencing Vox Populi mod, and yeah, author. There's a couple of other things like reload audio system. Does it affect save games, which this one doesn't because it's got 0. And yeah, the little text that you see, like the name of it and the text that you see in Civ when you select your mods. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'll finish off this README. I'll publish it to Steam Workshop. I'm sure. I think yeah, we like when I've done it before. You add a thumbnail as well, so I need to get like a picture that shows it off, because it's going to show up in the Steam Workshop. Which we can get to here. And yeah, this was the mod that I published there before. I don't know how many people actually download it from here. Does it have stats? 450. Wow, did not know that. Fair enough. Fair enough. Normally, you post the mod here, and then you can also just post it on the forum. Like, just post it as a folder that people can download. So you can either subscribe to it here, and then you'll automatically get updates if the mod exists on the Steam Workshop. It will automatically update, like in your Civ. Or normally we use the posting mods on the forum, and then you have to update it yourself. When there's a new version, you have to just copy the folder in and overwrite it. So yeah, I will do both of them, and I will play with it a bit more, make sure that it's all working well, see if I want to add some more music in. But I think we are good on this video for now. Boom. It's all green. We've done it. Amazing. Let me know what you guys thought about this. You know, I quite enjoy making content like this. I don't know if this was the best topic, since it probably doesn't have the the biggest audience. But yeah, let me know what you thought. If you'd be interested in seeing more things like this. And, as I said before, yeah, any questions? Happy to answer. And yeah, check out the mod if you want. Hopefully it's up on Workshop or on the forum somewhere by the time I post this. So do check it out and let me know what you think. I hope you continue having a lovely day, and I shall see you soon.